Hey there, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on wherever in the world you are. So happy FAQ Schema Apocalypse Day for SEOs. All right, I'm a day late on this because yesterday Google announced that they're providing a cleaner and more consistent search experience and removing FAQ markup from the SERPs. Now, Twitter has obviously been ablaze with all sorts of people questioning this, complaining about it, coming up with theories as to why they've done it, and so on and so forth. But the most overwhelming question that people have got is, okay, hey, I've spent all this time and effort and energy putting FAQ markup onto my pages. Is it useless now? Should I remove it? The simple and straightforward answer to that question is no, it is not useless and do not remove it. The reason for that is that Google don't just use FAQ markup or indeed any other schema for the SERP items that you see, the SERP adornment. Google use and parse all of these schemas that you're implementing on your site to have a better understanding of the content that is on your site. The fact that they're not showing the drop-down underneath SERPs anymore is not a problem. Do not remove it for that reason. Couple of other things to call out here. We're talking exclusively about the FAQ markup at this point in time and the FAQ drop-downs. However, as John replied here to @WillDropPhoto on Twitter, that no, this is only for the FAQs. The how-to is being changed to desktop only. Now, depending on your split between desktop and mobile traffic, frankly, that could be a bigger or a smaller problem for you, but ultimately it's not worth removing it just because it's no longer appearing on mobile. You're still going to get, in some circumstances, the drop-downs on the desktop traffic. And on top of that, the overall point stands that markup, schema.org markup that's available to you should be used for every single thing that you can to give Google a better understanding quickly as to what the page is about. That's all that technical SEO really boils down to at the end of the day. It's helping Google and other search engines have a better understanding as to what's on your website. So do not go removing perfectly valid markup on your site just because you are no longer having a drop down on mobile. That would be the wrong way to go. The question then might be, okay, we were implementing this, is it worth carrying on? And my answer is still the same to that. Yeah, anything that you can do to help Google understand what's on your page should be done, regardless of whether or not you're getting that drop down. That doesn't change. And it doesn't matter whether or not we've never seen a SERP feature that uses that particular markup, because the better understanding you can give Google, the quicker, the better it's going to be for your site overall. So please don't have any knee-jerk reactions and remove it just because you're not getting the goodness of those drop-downs anymore. That hasn't changed and that will never change. One of the other things that I quickly just wanted to address is, Lily Ray, @LilyRayNYC on Twitter, has noted that several people have arrived at the same conclusion, that it's clearly a move for SGE to provide answers instead. Now, I have specific feelings on this that I've made fairly clear. I'm going to link to a tweet directly underneath this video calling out my feelings on SGE and whether or not this product is going to replace FAQ markup schema. And I can see why people are thinking that they're going to start using their own answers to answer these questions. That totally makes sense. But there's wider problems in the potential rollout of SGE that we're kind of not considering overall, or we're looking at it from the myopic lens of us people that are using search every day and are overwhelmingly kind of US-centric. It's not something that we need to be massively worried about at this point in time, because the solution that they've got for this does not meet their standards at this point in time for rollout globally. So don't worry about that. And again, my overall advice here, provide as much context to Google as you possibly can, whether that's FAQ markup schema or any other kind of schema at all. All of it is good. All of it helps Google. All of it ultimately helps you and the pages that you're launching on your sites. So don't have any knee-jerk reactions. Carry on publishing as you were. And if you were implementing it for the helpful content of users, carry on and go ahead. If you were going to implement it simply to be spammy and drop in, I don't know, GPT-4 answers to all of these questions directly underneath, then that might not be as viable as a solution as it was last week. That's all. Anyway, have a great day. Thanks very much. Cheers.